First Fletcher Cove, then Belly Up, and Cedrosville's just right. High schools and library win high praise. Our plazas are no maze. And 101 will fill our needs, no matter what the phase. Hey, people, come.
Okay, everybody, I would like to welcome you to a very exciting event. This is the groundbreaking of the long-awaited Cliff Street Bridge. We have been waiting for this for I don't even know how many years, and 30 years at least. A couple things about this project. Our construction is going to be starting in March, next month, just in a few days. The project completion is scheduled for July 08, so just think, next year, summertime, we'll be walking across that bridge, surfboards under our arms, iPods in our ears, and heading to the beach.
Personally, it means connection again with the other side of town. I live up the street here, and over the years I've been walking down Cliff Street and crossing the railroad tracks over to what was a dirt path for many years that spanned the length of our railroad track, and crossed 101 and headed to the beach. We lowered the railroad tracks, and it did divide the city a little bit, but what it did was also help the city because we didn't have to slow traffic when the train would go by for either the coaster or the Amtrak going by. But it did cut us off from the beach, and we'd have to take a longer route all the way around to Loma Santa Fe rather than just crossing at the foot of our street.
We want to keep these two areas tied together, and we built a series of pedestrian bridges. Rosa Street Bridge, the bridge right at the transit facility here, and now this is the last segment of that. It's the Cliff Street Bridge pedestrian bridge, and it'll be right behind me here. It'll take approximately about 14 to 18 months to construct at a cost of a little over $2 million. It is hoped that once this is completed that the walkable community concept that will be tied in with Cedros Business District will be again reunited with the 101 Business District, and people will be able to park their cars and be able to walk whichever direction they want and visit all the shops, the restaurants, and the businesses here. Hurdles were the fact that, well, one of the issues we had here was working with our partners, with the train folks, and having to get their permits and their conditions to build a bridge that would be acceptable. There's certain laws about height restrictions, other things that we had to go through. And so we had to go through that approval process with another public agency. So that was part of the process. We also had to go to other partners at Sandag and to secure some of the grant funding. They've funded a lot of this bridge, as the other bridge, the Rosa Street Bridge. So our partners at Sandag actually were very helpful to us. But to do that, we had to go through several meetings with staff, but also in the public process as well. That took years to secure the funding for this bridge. This community is kind of unique. Our 101 business district, or the 101 highway, only has businesses on one side. Every other community, the coastal community within San Diego that has the 101, has buildable area on both sides of 101, not in Solana Beach. At one time that might be perceived as a negative, but I think it's a positive now because we are the first and only community that has completed the Coastal Rail Trail. And basically it's a lineal park. And so we have that buffer on the 101, and by putting these pedestrian bridges in, we've tied in really what we consider now the other side of the street of the 101, Cedros. And that's really the purpose of the pedestrian bridge. And so we have the Cedros side of the street, the business here. Then we have a park right in the middle, and then we have the other side of the business district, the 101. And that's very unique. In fact, it's the only community in San Diego that has that feature.
Was also a connection to get to our Class 1 bike path, which is our coastal rail trail, that people would be able to go from one city to another on bicycles and not have to use their cars to do that.
We walk every morning, and it's going to be a nice link to be able to cross over, come back again. Get down to Cedros, cross over Cedros to 101, shop along 101, or just leisurely walk along the Coastal Rail Trail that way. And so definitely, it will link the whole thing together much nicer.
This project has been a wonderful opportunity for us to see the links that we have to each other, the common vision that we have for our city of wanting it to be a walkable community and a place that's connected on all levels.
Without further ado, what we are going to do is get our shovels. I think we're going to omit the hats, but we're going to dig and start this project. Please man your shovels.